are Team F the Rules. I'm Monty.
I'm Gretchen.
I'm Brett.
And I'm Lucas.
Our generalized firm strategy was focusing on differentiation through providing the maximum number of styling options. So really expanding the breadth of our products in order to reach all of consumer tastes. In order to do this, we chose to maximize the efficiency at the two initial plants, the North America and Asia Pacific facilities. We decided to maximize the efficiency by buying all of the production space allowed, as well as all of the production equipment, while improving our pay for supervisors, improving our staff pay, and improving the conditions of the facility itself, which increased productivity, it increased our image rating, as well as it reduced our rejection rate and allowed us to hit demand without sacrificing any of our profits.
Now, just getting into how we attempted to forecast demand growth, we used a linear growth model to predict branded demand growth, and that is the combination of internet and wholesale sales. And you can see that our growth models here predict or beat the predictions provided by the simulation in 7 of the 10 time periods in North America. So those time periods are going to be years 11 through 20. 8 of the 10 periods in Europe, Africa, 6 of the 10 periods in Asia Pacific, and 2 of the 10 periods in Latin America. Additionally, we used regression analysis to predict our market share. So you can see down here is an example of the type of regression that we use. We use data such as price, search engine advertising, SQ rating, free shipping, which was of course a dummy variable, to attempt to predict our market share. And then there's also a few square terms in there. And you can see that the mean absolute deviation of our predictions was between 1.1% to 1.7% in the internet segment, and 1.3% to 1.8% in Latin America. So as you can see, our regressions did do a fairly good job of predicting our market share.
So taking some of the things that we did really well in the game run, the first thing was in pricing our products to maximize the net profit and the contribution margin in each region for each segment, both wholesale and internet. Basically what we did was we started with larger refinements of like 50 cents to $1 and then fine-tuned it down to the penny. The other thing that we did really well was in pricing our private label operations. Anytime there was excess capacity at any of our production facilities, we used that to enter private label bids. We oftentimes had the lowest cost to produce shoes and realized the highest sale price in each region. And part of that strategy was in trying to keep the shoes in the region that they were produced. There was a couple times when we shipped them to Europe, but they always were quite profitable.
We also focused on our image rating. You mentioned previously that was one of our generalized strategies with maximizing efficiency as well. So the focus on our image rating not only improved our demand, but it also increased our credit rating, which allowed us to take out some large loans very early on in the game with lower interest rates, which allowed us to also subsequently pay them off much quicker. That image rating, keeping that high, increased our demand to the point where we were able to use all of our production space and all of our equipment to fulfill wholesale and internet demand versus having to lose any potential profits with the private label operations. So once we were able to get into them, we were in such a good position with a high quality shoe and existing demand that our private label operations went very well. In addition, we maintained a high level of retailers and support for those retailers. That investment paid off in that in each region we had more retailers selling our shoes than any other competing companies. We were able to keep our prices to the point where they weren't crossing over and eating into each other's demanded markets. And the retail support helped just maintain a very high base market share that we struggled to fall away from. So that was really nice.
All right, one of our shortcomings that we could have done better was doing the celebrity contract bidding. We, along with all the other teams, we kind of noticed that none of us really knew how really influence our operations. Early on, like I think there was only one or two other teams that actually bid on some of the celebrities, and I think it was year 14 when we had a good sum of extra cash on hand, so we decided to invest in some of the celebrities. And because of that, we were able to control a good majority of the celebrities early on, and that really helped our operations a lot, especially in like Latin America and in Europe, where we don't have facilities like specifically distributing to, or like producing those regions, which helped in the long run.
Yeah, and in addition, our other major shortcoming was our Latin American mid-game strategy. So within the first few years, we came to realize that profit margins in the region were so low that it just wasn't worthwhile to ship shoes there. So we pulled all support from the region. Our market share dropped almost nothing. However, we came to realize in the later game that had we invested in a facility in Latin America earlier, we could have potentially lowered costs to the point that it would have been more profitable. And we did see other firms in the industry doing that, so that is something we began to pursue later in the game.
So with this, one of the things I think with the celebrities where the shortcoming comes into play is in the mid game we lost the bids for some of these celebrities because we were still trying to kind of underbid things and lowball them, but we had so much extra revenues that we could have just kept our image rating, our celebrity appeal really high, but we lost several key contracts for celebrities to other firms.
All right, so our performance metrics with that, we have our market shares here now in each of the 4 regions, our time series graphs, looking at the internet sales, the wholesale sales, and the private label sales. Now we'll see private label, as we talked about before, we were maximizing our output in our 2 facilities and not having any private label operations. So that yellow line, you'll see a nice increase at year 14 and the late game in the other regions. Our internet sales and our wholesale sales, we decided to provide, make sure they weren't eating into each other, but we provided a lot of investment for advertising, as well as support providing free shipping, and as well as fast shipping. I think we got it down to 1 week, which really helped our internet and wholesale market share rise together and not take away from each other. We can see in Latin America, as we were talking about before, when we pulled all of our support at mid-game, we can see that a nice sharp decline basically year 12 onward. And turn 16 is when we decided to start getting back into it with our internet sales, because that would not require the on-the-ground support nearly as much. And as you can also see then in our late game, where we realized some of our shortcomings, we can see our market share declining as our competitors really started getting competitive. And so that, of course, has forced us to look at a strategy and readjust for our situation moving forward. Our internet segments over time, I really like the comparative of this with our competing companies. I took snapshots of year 11, 15, and year 20, so we can show what our strategy actually did throughout the simulation. We started out very strong, center of everything, alongside most of the other teams. And we really were able to differentiate ourselves using our first strategy by expanding our style offerings to 500 models and increasing our image and S&Q rating later on. But as you can see too, it started getting a little more competitive, so now we're going to have to figure out how to differentiate ourselves further. This is also in Asia Pacific and Latin America, those same graphs. In Latin America, you can see bubble F disappearing in the middle and then coming back quite strong, which gives us a little hope that pulling out of Latin America didn't completely mess up our strategy for the region.
Now moving into where we stand at the end of the game.
So this is our income statement as of year 20. You can see a high earnings per share value here compared to 19. We've got a nice jump. We've got high net profits, and the company total overall operating profit is fairly strong. Then moving into the balance sheet statement, the main things to look at here would be the additional capital line here, showing our beginning balance. Our change in year 20, this is our stock buybacks. which really influences our very high return on average shareholder equity. And then on the other side, the cash flow section, having the cash inflows at that level is probably, I believe that's the highest in our industry, which just gives us more ability to be flexible and move product out the door. And then we've got market standings. This is going to show basically our market share and operating profit margin in both the internet and wholesale region. You can see market share sits at about 16% across the board in internet and about 10 to 15% across the board in wholesale. What's really impressive is the operating profit margins are very high across the board. Low to mid 40s in the internet and a low of 24 and a high of 36 in the wholesale region.
All right, with our facilities, our main two were that we focused on most of the game was the North American and Asian Pacific facilities. That helped get us kind of a jump start on our competition, at least when in terms of production and distribution. We eventually jumped in on Latin America about mid-game, due to just realizing that it is still profitable. We will eventually jump into the Europe African facility after our machines in North America and Asia Pacific depreciate enough to where we, instead of replacing those, we just start a new facility in the European African region. And then with the celebrities, currently we only have Steph Caraway under contract, and her contract is up this year, as long as with 6 other celebrities. So we're going to aggressively try to get most of them, especially in the Latin America and the Europe African regions, to help boost our ratings there.
Now just kind of moving into the year-over-year highlights that we saw during the game. We saw our revenue and profit both grow consistently every year, up to a total of $1.8 million for revenue and $443,000 for profit. We also saw consistent growth in our market share for North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia Pacific, up until about year 15 or 16, at which point we saw it level up a little bit. Whereas in Latin America, we of course saw wildly varying market share for the reasons that we mentioned before, where we attempted to exit the region and then re-enter it.
So this is our 3-year plan that we did versus our realized results. As you can see, we exceeded our expectations in earnings per share in year 16 and 17. Return on average equity was higher in year 17, but pretty close in every other year. The credit rating, we were pretty confident that we were going to stay at an A+ rating. We did. The stock price is what really, we really exceeded our expectations on the stock price. We didn't really have an exact, formula to figure out what our stock price would be. So we just kind of used a linear growth on the stock price for the prediction, but the realized results did see a huge jump up between year 16 and 17. And then our image ratings were all fairly close. Year 15 was dead on. Year 16, we hoped to have a 100, we hoped to have a 97. We ended up getting a 100% image rating. And then in year 17, we hoped to have that 100, and we actually slipped back to a 98. So going forward for the next 10 years, if we had another 10 years to play the game, one of the things, like Brett mentioned, we would do is open a European Africa manufacturing plant, which would help us in the exchange rate area. We noticed that in the late game, Africa, Europe was starting to go kind of the same way that Latin America went in the mid-game. And so we realized that opening a manufacturing plant alleviated a lot of our Latin American woes, so we're hoping that it'll do the same thing in Europe. And then obviously, again, with any excess capacity that comes from the tightening up of the market and the slower growth rate in late game, we would have more private label operations to keep our income diversified and above the benchmarks that we've set.
And for our celebrities, as I touched up on earlier, we're going to just kind of keep that aggressive bidding just to be able to maintain a 300 level appeal in all the regions. And then for we're also going to invest in buying back our stock to help increase shareholder or return on equity. Thank you.
Now, using the linear growth model for demand that we mentioned before, we predict solid growth in all 4 regions, as you can see here, with the highest in North America and Europe, Africa. So this puts our company in a solid position moving forward, as we are already the market leader in several areas. We should be able to capitalize on this growth to make our company profitable for many years to come.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.